Are you listening? Damn. Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Welcome into a special edition of the Run in Wrestling podcast. I am your host, Big Mike, and I am joined tonight by the Shawn Michaels to my Bret Hart, because we are strictly doing predictions for AEW Worlds End tonight. So we are strictly opponents, no longer tag team. How you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing great, man. Oh, hey, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to everyone out there. I hope you guys had a good one, and let's get into this AEW stuff, man.
Heck yeah. Hope you had a great holiday. Hope a great new year coming up. But we will get into World's End, which is coming up on Saturday, the last pay-per-view of the year. There is the card. We are doing 8 matches total, technically, although it shows 7 because the final of the Continental Classic will also be during this show. So we will go through each match. We will do the Continental Classic at the end because I think it should be the main event, as do you. So we will do all of the Continental Classic at the end.
Okay.
We'll start from bottom to top. First up, we will do MJF versus Adam Cole. Who you got, brother?
I said Adam Cole. All right. He revealed himself a while ago as the devil, right? But he was hurt, so they couldn't cash in on that. I think they were gonna, cash in if he was healthy, and Cole would have taken the first one. This is where it comes down. I think Cole wins this. He's in there. He's up here. We all know that.
All right. We actually disagree on the first one because I think MJF takes it. I actually think the Undisputed Kingdom will turn on Adam Cole and actually interfere and cost him the match for MJF. They've really played up the whole Undisputed Kingdom angle over the last few weeks. So I think they actually turn, or he hires them, turn on Adam Cole and cost him the victory, giving MJF the victory, and he will retain the AEW Dynamite Diamond Ring for the 6th year in a row or whatever. He's pretty much had it the entire time. So
he's
not losing it now.
I think they would give it to Cole. Yeah.
All right. Next up, you've got the AEW Women's World Championship. Mariah May, Thunder Rosa in a Tijuana street fight. Who you got?
I got Mariah May. Listen, I like Thunder Rosa. Okay. I love her. But the story is going to end with, I'm drawing a blank. Yeah, Storm. Thank you. I was drawing a blank right there. Thank you. But yeah,
sad that I can read your mind like that.
Yes, exactly.
Spent a lot of time together, apparently.
Hey, listen, 13 episodes, the 12 episodes in 2024, 13 coming up. All right, but still, I got May winning. I think the story ends with Storm, and May keeps going. Maybe 2 more pay-per-views. We'll give her that. Yeah.
All right. I agree. I think Mariah May does take it, even though it's technically a home match for Thunder Rosa being a Tijuana street fight.
Yeah.
I do think Mariah May takes it. I do agree with you that it ultimately ends with Toni Storm, probably at the Australia show.
Yes.
With that being kind of Toni Storm's home, Mariah May wanted her home. Toni Storm can come back. I know they're doing the whole kind of repression thing where she is acting like she's never met anybody. I think that will slowly and surely kind of rectify itself before the big pay-per-view coming up in a couple of months.
It's weird.
And I think look, man, it's really cool. It has a lot of levels.
It does.
Toni Storm has done some of the best character work in wrestling.
Yep.
Which, might or might not come up. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. When we do our award show next week, which we will have next Thursday, 8:00 Central, 9:00 Eastern, AEW and WWE both with the Run In Wrestling Award Show. Be sure you guys tune in, anybody that's watching this, to get our opinions on Wrestler of the Year, Match of the Year, Feud of the Year, so on and so forth, a few other things. And we will also talk about what we want to see in 2025.
Oh, yeah.
Big plug for that. Make sure you guys tuning in here. Make sure you like, subscribe at _Big Mike 27 or the Run In Wrestling Podcast on YouTube, SP3DROCK on Twitch. Make sure you can see that episode and see what we've got coming up and who we think did the best in 2024.
And behind the scenes access on Twitch. Head over there.
7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern. Behind the scenes. All right, moving on to the International Championship. Konosuke Takeshita versus Powerhouse Hobbs. I will go first on this one. You were going to say something?
No, go. I want to hear this one.
Okay, no, I think Takeshita takes it. I
Oh,
don't
damn.
think it's time for him to lose the title. I mean, they really haven't done a whole lot with Powerhouse Hobbs already. I think he is set up to have a good 2025, but I don't think it starts just yet. I think Takeshita keeps it to set up some other matches down the line with other people with that he's been kind of feuding with. You've got Osprey, you've got Ricochet, a couple of other guys that he's been kind of dealing with. You got
Same reason, man. They haven't done nothing with Hobbs, and I like Hobbs. Hobbs is one of those guys that, just like Warlow, you could build, make a megastar out of. You could do things with that man, but yet they keep fumbling the guy. But here, like, he's gonna put on a great show. Don't get it twisted. Great match coming up. This might be my match of the night because I'm a big Takesha fan. So I'm having Takesha win. All right. But right now, and when I've said it before, and I'll say it again, Takeshi is the best wrestler they have on that roster.
Okay. All right. Next up, the TBS Championship: Mercedes Moné versus Chris Statlander in their second match. First one was a couple months ago. Who you got?
I got Monet. They're trying to push her as the greatest TBS champion, and she needs another W. And she put on a great match. We can't deny the fact that she's been putting on good pay-per-view matches in AEW. So here comes another one. Chris Statlander, she's been getting phenomenal, getting better and better every time we see her in the ring. So here we go again. Monet, Stat. I think Monet wins.
All right. I agree. I just don't think it's time for her to lose the title yet. I think they do want to push her as the best TBS champion ever. I think they want her to, I guess, kind of erase Jade Cargill's streak that
Yes,
she had with the belt,
that's what I was
just
thinking.
to get her name out of the history book of AEW.
Yep.
So I think she continues that now. I think they have another good match. One of the match of the year candidates for the females in AEW. The last time they
Yes.
clashed, I don't see this one being any different. But I almost said Mariah May, but Mercedes Moné actually takes the victory.
Yes.
All right, we will move on to the top, the AEW World Title. John Moxley, Hangman Page, Orange Cassidy, Switchblade Jay White. You'll get to go first. Who you got?
Man, listen, as much as I want to see Switchblade Jay White as the champion of AEW, the big champion, I have to go with John Moxley on this one. Okay. What they've been doing with the Death Riders and whatnot, it's been good. I don't know where the this stuff's coming from on X that I'm seeing about this, but it's been really good. Okay. Stop comparing them to the NWO because they're not doing NWO stuff. They're doing Death Rider stuff. NWO wishes they could have done the stuff they do right here. They're doing some good stuff. All right. John Moxley wins, but he beats Hangman. Hangman takes the pin. Watch. And it's going to go down in a weird way, but Hangman wins. Watch.
You mean
Or not
Hangman
Hangman.
loses?
Hangman loses. Moxley wins. Takes the pin. Hangman. There you go.
So I agree Moxley wins. I actually think he pins Orange Cassidy, although
Oh,
that's not
wow.
technically part of our predictions. You can write both of them down just for pride. You think Heyman takes the page. I think Cassidy takes the page or takes the pin. And it's just not time yet. It's not time for Moxley. They do need to continue the Death Rider thing. They need to develop it a little bit more and continue it. And I agree, it's been great. I really haven't seen a ton of backlash online. I'm sure it's probably there because you can't please wrestling fans no matter what you do. Somebody's gonna hate on it, and it's
Like,
gonna
for
be
no
the most vocal
reason.
people out there. But I do think Moxley takes the pin and sets up his next feud, which we will go over on another show in the future. But I think it's going to be with Osprey later on down the line.
Yes. Yes.
So, and I actually have a lot of thoughts on what the Death Riders will do in 2025, but I will talk about that more with what we want to see coming up next year on the awards show next Thursday night.
Nice.
All right, moving on to the Continental Classic, we will start with the semifinals. First up, you have Konosuke Takeshi, or nope, Kazuchika Okada.
Yeah.
Looking at the wrong part of the card there. Kazuchika Okada versus Ricochet in the first semifinal. Who do you have?
I got Ricochet. Something about this is coming down. We all know what's coming down to in the finals, but I got Ricochet winning this. Ricochet's been booed out of stadiums. He's been toilet paper thrown at him. Okada hasn't really done much. The Elite's not even there anymore. Where's Nick and Matt Jackson? Where's Perry? I think he loses. It's time to get the title away from him. But yeah, it's Ricochet.
All right, I'm going to go with Okada
Right.
for a couple of reasons. One, they have built Okada to be the best tournament wrestler on the planet. That's the way they've built it. That's the way they've talked about it. I don't think they will let him lose in the semis here. Not to mention,
Wow.
you have the whole Ricochet and Swerve storyline where he was talking about, well, you lost in the Continental Classic. Now I'm going to go win it. I think he comes up short, and I think it's in the semifinals because I do think that actually puts him out at the same level that Swerve went out last year, because Swerve lost in a semifinal triple threat last year.
Oh
So that makes
yeah.
them equal there. So that gives them more storyline to go there because
I didn't even think of
they can
that.
build on that.
I didn't even think of
And then
that.
Okada moves on to the tournament final as the best tournament wrestler in the world. But who does he face? You have Kyle Fletcher versus Will Ospreay. I actually think he faces Will Ospreay in this. I think Ospreay beats Kyle Fletcher, goes on and wins this match to face Okada in the final. Who do you think will face Ricochet?
Oh, well, I have Ricochet versus Will Ospreay in the final,
Uh,
and then I have Ricochet winning the whole thing.
Okay.
So who do you have winning the whole thing?
So I actually have Will Ospreay winning the entire tournament. And here's why. I've already said the fact about Ricochet going out in the semifinals.
Yep.
They have Okada being the best tournament wrestler in the world. I think Ospreay wins the semifinal because Fletcher won a couple months ago in their first match. I think what it does is it will set up a third match in Australia, which is Kyle Fletcher's home country.
Yep.
And I think that will be for the Continental title
Yep.
when Will Ospreay beats Okada, proves he is the best tournament wrestler. He's been on a losing streak. He was so, because he's technically the runner up in the Gold League. So he didn't even win his league.
Yeah, that's
That was
true.
Ricochet.
Yep.
And the losses he was taking before this to Ricochet, to Fletcher, he's had more losses in 2024 than almost anybody in AEW, any big name in AEW.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
With some of the pins he's taken. I think he gets the win here, pubs it up. Kyle Fletcher comes back in a couple weeks and says, "Look, mate, you've got one. I've got one. I want a title shot with the Continental title. I want it at home in Australia. Let's do this for a third time and see who the real man is."
I'm gonna miss that crown and that cup. I know I am. I screwed up. Folks. All right.
You never know. So look, Tony Khan and I think very differently. So it
Yeah.
scares me when I have all these ideas that I
Yeah.
don't know if Tony Khan will do.
And that's the
I would
thing.
feel better having this thought if it was a WWE pay-per-view because I kind of know
I
how
try
they
to
think a
go.
little bit.
I try to go off script when I think about what Tony Khan's going to do with his matches, and that's why with the Continental Classic, the ending, I think everybody's like, "Oh man, Ricochet this, Will Ospreay that" online. He likes to read that stuff, and maybe that's where I'm getting my prediction from. Maybe I'm hoping my theory's right. Maybe your theory's right. I'm praying my theory's right so I can keep the cup. That's all I want. I just want the cup. Right? I just want the status of emperor. Okay, just let me keep that. I'm playing now. Let's get this going.
We'll find out. So be sure to tune in on Saturday to see who wins. Like he said, the AEW crown is up for grabs, which you can see here in the background of his, and his Emperor Cup is on the line. I don't get to take the Emperor Cup, but I get to take it away from him and put it back up in the vault because only the winner of all the titles gets to have the Emperor crown. So we will see. Be sure to tune in Saturday for at World's End. I don't know why I keep calling it at World's End. I did that in another video. It's just World's End. But anything else you have to say, Sped?
Hey man, happy Hanukkah. Be safe. Don't drink and drive. Stop doing that.
I mean, I never started, but
No, not you.
I definitely won't start. But definitely for Sped, myself, he mentioned it earlier. Thank you guys so much for supporting us over the last 11, 12 episodes that we've had.
Yeah.
We look forward to a whole lot more in 2025, which again we will go into a lot more detail next week's show with the Run In Wrestling Awards and what's coming up in 2025 next Thursday, 8 Central, 9 Eastern. Back here on YouTube, on Twitch. You can see us anywhere. Keep up with us on X at _ Big Mike 27 at SP3DROCK for Sped there. We love you guys. We couldn't do this without you. We really appreciate it. And have a happy new year. And we will see you in 2025.